In a quiet town in Amstetten, Austria, an unimaginable secret lay hidden beneath the floor of an ordinary-looking home. Elisabeth Fritzl, who, on the surface, had simply vanished at the age of 18. Her disappearance baffled neighbors and devastated her mother, Rosemary. But what no one knew was that Elisabeth hadn't run away. She had been imprisoned in her own father's basement. Her father, Josef Fritzl, was a man obsessed with control and deeply manipulative. For years, he had been constructing what he called a nuclear fallout shelter beneath the house. But in truth, it was a specially engineered prison, sealed with electronic locks, soundproofed walls, and hidden beneath layers of concrete. On August 28, 984, Josef lured Elisabeth into the basement under the pretense of helping him with something. Once inside, he incapacitated her with ether and dragged her into a tiny, windowless chamber, her new reality for the next 24 years. Inside the dungeon, Elisabeth was completely isolated from the outside world. Her father returned regularly, not out of compassion, but to repeatedly sexually assault her. Over the next 2 decades, Josef fathered 7 children with Elisabeth. One died shortly after birth and was incinerated by Josef. 3 others were taken upstairs and raised by him and his wife as foundlings, supposedly left on their doorstep by Elisabeth, whom he claimed had joined a religious cult. The remaining 3 children, along with Elisabeth, spent their entire lives underground, never feeling sunlight, never breathing fresh air, never knowing freedom. Josef controlled every detail of their lives. The small space included a tiny kitchen, toilet, and sleeping area, but no windows, no clocks, and no escape. Elisabeth's ordeal might have remained hidden forever if not for a miracle disguised as a tragedy. In 2008, one of the underground children, Kirsten, then 19, became gravely ill. Elisabeth begged her father to get help, and he finally agreed. He brought Kirsten to a hospital, spinning the same cult story to the doctors. But medical staff grew suspicious. How could a young woman be this sick, with no medical history, and no traceable mother? Authorities made a public appeal for Kirsten's mother to come forward, an appeal that Elisabeth saw on a small television in the cellar. She convinced her father to let her go, just briefly, to help Kirsten. He agreed, under the condition that she stick to the cult story. But when Elisabeth arrived at the hospital, police separated her from Josef. The truth spilled out like a torrent. Years of rape, confinement, childbirth, and fear. She had been trapped underground for 8,516 days. Her father had abused her more than 3,000 times. Her mother, Rosemary, had lived above her the entire time, never knowing. When Josef Fritzl was arrested and confronted with the evidence, he confessed. In 2009, he was convicted of murder, rape, enslavement, and false imprisonment, and sentenced to life in a psychiatric prison. He will likely never leave confinement again. Elisabeth and her 6 surviving children were moved to a secure location. They received intensive trauma therapy and were given new identities to begin life anew. Elisabeth's story is one of the most harrowing and disturbing cases of abuse and captivity in modern history, but it also serves as a powerful reminder of the hidden horrors that can occur behind closed doors. Even in quiet neighborhoods, even in so-called normal families. If there is anything the world must take from Elisabeth's unimaginable ordeal, it is this: listen when someone goes missing. Don't accept simple answers too quickly. Abuse thrives in silence and secrecy. Be alert to controlling, isolating behavior in families and relationships. Create systems of accountability, even within your home. Regular contact with schools, neighbors, and extended family can make a difference. Support survivors, believe them, and understand that recovery from trauma takes years, not weeks. And if you're someone living in fear, being controlled, or silenced, trust your instincts. Keep any proof hidden and safe. Find a way to alert someone, even through seemingly small messages. You are not alone, and you do not deserve to suffer. Elisabeth's strength, and that of her children, is nothing short of extraordinary. She not only survived her father's cruelty, she helped bring him to justice, saved her children, and reclaimed her life. Prolonged absences or unusual family dynamics may hide deep harm. Cultivate community vigilance. Neighbors, schools, and social services should connect when something feels off. Encourage survivors to share. Even the smallest hint could save lives. Medical checks or public appeals may unearth the hidden truth.